Hey everyone, Izzy and MJ from Endless RVing. In this video, we're going to talk about some bad news we got. We didn't want it, but we're going to share it with you and kind of how we're going to be moving on.
For those of you that have been following us, you know that I fell. Doctors thought that I may have a fracture. It wasn't showing up on the x-rays, and I had to go for an MRI. And a lot of you have been reaching out and asking, how's your elbow? How did the MRI go? If you missed that video and you'd like to get kind of a whole story of how it happened, we'll link that up above. But in a nutshell, I'm a klutz and I fell in our backyard. My foot got caught and I landed basically just like this on my left side, ending up with my head to complete the fall. Luckily, I didn't get a concussion. I didn't black out. I mean, it could have been so much worse, because I was home alone too. So I'm so eternally grateful that what happened the way it did. I would have liked it to not happen at all, but the way it did, you know, it was probably the safest thing that could have happened. Got on MRI this past week, and I went on this past Friday morning to the doctor, to the orthopedist, and wanted to get the result. I was hoping that I was going to go in and they were going to say, oh no, you know, it's fine, you know, it's just sore from the fall. Unfortunately, that's not what happened. The orthopedist told me that I did, in fact, fracture my elbow. For you doctors out there, or wannabe doctors, I broke my radial neck on my left elbow. It's a non-displaced transverse fracture of the radial neck with surrounding bone marrow edema and no definite evidence of intra-articular extension of the fracture line. And then there's elbow joint effusion, a prominent subcutaneous edema along the posterior aspect of the elbow joint, if you like the MRI language.
That means you have a lot of bruising.
A lot of bruising and fluid, because it is still a bit swollen as well. Now, obviously, when I heard that, I was really bummed. But non-displaced is good. So non-displaced, at least at this point, means I do not need surgery. And this is something that I've had so many surgeries, guys, you can't even, I won't even list them.
Let's put it this way. The insurance policy I have is basically fully used by her.
So, yeah, thank God we have insurance. If this injury becomes displaced, then I will need surgery. What the doctor told me, he said, you cannot, 100%, you cannot do this. This is my good arm. You can't do this because this will displace that bone. I'm in a sling. They actually took the splint off, thank God, because that was worse than the actual injury. I am being so careful. Now, what does this mean for my life? Those of you that have lived one arm for a while, it's pretty challenging. When I was in the hospital about a year and a half ago, I always said, you know, things happen for a reason, and I think I know the reasons for this, and I'm learning them, and I always learn something through these horrible times. I am still learning patience. It's something we're both learning, right? It's something that we both need to work on. You cannot move quickly when you have an arm in a sling that you cannot really move. You can't dress quickly, you can't do anything quickly. It's teaching me to slow down, and I'm actually doing better. Like, I'm not getting like agitated, you know, like I want to do things faster. I'm slowing down. So you take these things for granted. Think about all the things, right, that I need your help with, but I'm getting better. I'm able to cook. I actually just bought, what did I call it? A Nork fork today, which is like a knife and fork, one for one-handed people. I bought that on Amazon, so that's coming. I bought like a button thing so I can wear button-down shirts if I want. So all these things, and I'm learning to use my feet, which is kind of cool to help me with certain things. It kind of makes you think a little differently, and it makes you really appreciate your limbs. I gotta tell you, everything is being slow, and I have to walk slower just to make sure I don't fall, because the doctor said to me, do not fall because it will be bad. So I do want to thank you guys, because the amount of comments and emails and things that we get when these things happen, it's really mind-blowing. And I want you to know this. We got so many comments on Instagram and Facebook. I read every single comment, but with one hand now, it's just, I can't type. I would sit there before and just and type really, really fast. Everything takes long. So I'm not going to be answering everything, but know that I am reading it, and I thank you so, so much.
We're getting toward the end of the year. It's crazy
I know
how quickly this year is. And we always do our kind of upcoming preview for 23, but Just a little preview to the preview video. Jason is a junior in college, right?
High school.
Junior in high school. We just went to his first college tour. He's going to be taking his ACT.
The fair, the college fair.
His fair,
right.
he's been to a couple of tours. He'll be taking his ACT. But we're going to be traveling a lot, going to different colleges. We're encouraging him, and I think he also wants to kind of explore colleges out of state. We'll be doing a lot of our camping around that. So that's going to be a lot of interesting stuff, right? If you guys have not, if you followed us from our first day, you have noticed that Jason is getting very big. He's like almost 6'2" now.
He's taller than all of us.
And, you know, he's growing up to be a young man, and he's going to college soon. So that's going to be part of our journey and bringing it to you guys, because I'm sure you're interested, and it will definitely make for some good content. Obviously, MJ will be in a cast, or I'm sorry, in the sling, probably for 4 weeks or so.
At least, yeah.
And then some PT, but definitely things could have been worse. Hopefully next year, there's no new injuries. We'll see. In the comments below, let us know, have you had any injuries that has forced you to slow down? We've all had them, although MJ said nothing bad happens to me. She's waiting for something bad to happen to me. Let us know in the comments below. And for myself and MJ, it's a journey of a lifetime, and we'll see you on the road.